Hey everyone, it's Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining me. In today's video, I am making another card using the Stamp Anything November release. We're going to be making a fun slider card using the elf that's on the sled. And so I'm going to share with you, I don't know that it'll be quick or that it'll be easy, but hopefully it's one that you enjoyed. And if you haven't already, please feel free to check out my Etsy shop. I have added some more t-shirts designs. I've got a Meowie Christmas. I did a couple of coquette Christmas themed shirts. So that is in my Etsy shop and that is listed down below. My Etsy shop is 20% off until Cyber Monday and the t-shirts are 10% off because they're the way you do it is they give you like an ideal price and they show you how much your profit margin is. And I was like, I'm not charging that much for a t-shirt. So I've made mine a little bit less expensive and so I'm taking a bigger hit on the profit margin. So that's why they're only 10% off. But I appreciate you if you purchase. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Okay, so I think that's it. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. We will be doing a giveaway on December the 4th. So make sure that you have commented on every video. I'm gonna pick a random video and then pick a random comment in order for you to win a prize. And what else do I need to tell you? That's it. If you are in the US and you are celebrating Thanksgiving, I hope you have it healthy and safe and all of the things. Don't kill your family. Don't talk about politics. Like, just go love on your family and then leave. Just bite your tongue. I promise it'll be okay. I promise. So anyway, that's it. And if you aren't spending Thanksgiving with family, just know that you're loved and we are glad that you're here. So yeah. So say hi in the comments. Leave some kind of comment, even if you just leave a heart. All of the engagement helps the channel and I appreciate it. So I will have a link to this in the description box down below. I am not sure. They restocked this and it may have already sold out again. If it's available, I will link it down below. So that's it. All right, let's head over to the craft table and we'll get started. All right, friends, let's see if I can beat my brother and my nephew here. So I'm going to be coloring the skin with E23, E21, E53, and then E30. My 51 is on its last leg, so it didn't blend out as good as I would like, but I really like the skin tone. I think it turned out perfect because I was going for more of a light skin elf. So I am going where it's darkest. That's where I put the E23. Now I'm going over that with E21 and then finishing off with E50. Where's my paper? 51. I will have all of the colors listed in the description box down below for you guys. But I like to color darkest to lightest. And then Michelle reminded me that I gave you guys this tip. So I'm implementing it. So I am taking a circle stencil for my white gel pen. And I'm going to draw around the pupil, which I never do. And initially, I didn't love it. You can see I made his eyeball a little small. So I had to bring it closer to myself so I could see something. And so I actually did white around the pupil and I did 2 dots on the pupil. I know, who am I? Here I am adding freckles. I did 5 dots on each cheek and then I did 3 dots on the nose. And I went around the pupil where I'd colored in and added a deeper black. I stamped this with Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and it's not as dark as the Stamp Anything. I think it's Onyx, right? Onyx, Misty. Or the MFT one that I like to use. So you almost always see me go in and darken the pupil with a micron pen. For the hair, I'm using E59, 39, and 49, 59, 27. There's not a huge amount of space, so there's not a whole lot of blending there. And what I think I left out, and you can't really tell, is I used R20, and I colored the tips of its ears, and then the cheeks, and then the nose. I said it's because, to me, this is a non-binary. They all look non-binary to me, except for the one with the bow, with the present and the bow. So, yeah. Anyway. For the hat, In the outfit, I am using my favorite red combo, which is R59, 46, and 35. And again, I'm putting the darkest where there would be the darkest, so toward the kind of fluff of the hat, and then right there in that little corner, and then I just color dark to lightest, and I normally go over it a second time. For his outfit, initially I wasn't going to add R59, but I got this part and I got it colored in, and I was like, oh, it needs some deepening. So don't forget that this is just paper, and you can always add color. You can try to take away color with the colors blender, of course, but if you mess up, just start again. You can't turn it over. If you weren't coloring with Copics, you could just turn it over and start again. But you guys know how I am. I stamp this and then I try it and then I don't like it. And if I don't like it, I'll start again. So yeah. But I added that R59 and I love it on the outfit. You can't really tell it in person. I mean, on camera, but in person, there's a pretty good shadow there and I really like it. I'm bringing in that same micron pen to just color in the belt. I didn't want to fuss with it. And then for the stockings and for some of the stripes on the scarf, I'm using my favorite G's, which is YG09, 7, and 5. But I brought in G05 as my kind of deepening shade for the leggings. And these turned out so stinking cute. I love this elf so very much. If you follow me at all, and you know that I am much more drawn to non-traditional Christmas colors, but there's something so classic about red and green that I was like, let's just do red and green today. Plus, I've done a lot of pastels the last couple of weeks, and Friday's card is going to be bright and vibrant. So I wanted today to be a bit more traditional. So on Friday, we're going to be using the elf with the gift. And that will be my last video for the November release, which is insanity. Next week is the December release. And if you're not signed up for Stamp Club, I mean, what are you waiting for? It's like, can I give a hint without giving a hint? No, I cannot. But you're going to want, if you're a Disney lover, you're going to want December. There we go. There's a hint. Okay, so for the sled itself, I'm using E39, 37, 35. I used a lot of browns today. Who am I? And I did, of course, the darkest around his leg, or its legs, and then around its tushy. And then I just colored darkest to lightest, like I normally do. I didn't do a whole lot of shading on this. He's going to be moving, or he's a he now. Sorry. He's going to be moving. So, and the sled actually gets pretty covered up by the way I did mine. Yeah, so I didn't do a whole lot of coloring there. I did bring in a silver gel pen, and I did gold on his little shoes. Again, you're not going to really see them. And I didn't take that into account. This was, again, I don't make samples. Whatever comes out of my head is whatever you see for the most part. Okay, for the background, this is a piece of white paper that measures 3.5 by 8.5. This is my standard size for slimline cards for me, because you can cut it at 7, score it at 3.5. So this die set is from the Bewitched release, and I knew immediately that I was going to use this for Christmas. Now, in this card, he's in front of it, but in another card, if I can get to it this year, I have visions of Santa and his reindeer flying over the city, and the city's at the bottom. Okay, here we go. Mistake number one. Mistakes were made. Number one. I used that little, you can see that it's like up and down, and I had to use it twice in order to make that happen, and that kind of messed it up. But I went with it and was in it to win it. So it still works, but you mainly have to drag him rather than him just rolling on his own. This is a snow heel. I don't know who it's from. But I cut that out of glitter paper. I did it twice, and then I took the leftovers and used that as well. My goal with the glitter paper is to be the snow drifts, to cover most of the mechanism, and then it looked like he's, sledding through snow. If I were to do this card again, I would do the slider part straight across, and you guys have seen me do that. I did that with the genie card if you missed that. I'm just adhering. I left all the little windows in, and I'm just adhering these with snail, and I'm going specifically over the back of those windows to make sure they don't pop off. Because this was like daylight, and I didn't want to have to add anything behind the windows. Because this card is going to be big, tall as it is. This is not one you're going to want to put in the mail. This is one you're going to want to hand deliver. So I'm just adding all of the little pieces to where he's going to be, or to the card, so to speak. Okay, so I brought in B000 for to go around the outline, and then the color in around the sled. A part of me was tempted to bring out a craft knife and cut all that out. And I was like, nope, that would look ridiculous. You'd have to do the whole thing. And I didn't have enough time for that. I'm on the clock. So I just used B000, and it just kind of blends in. And that's what I hoped it would be. Mistakes were made. Mistake number 1. I adhered those 2 snow drifts together. And I put this tape too far up. This needed to be at the very, very bottom and to go across the bottom. And it needed to be doubled up. The mistake number 1. So don't make that mistake too. Mistake number 2 is that I, wait, did I make another mistake? No, I didn't. Okay. Oh, I didn't. So I should have, and I did this later, added a piece of this adhesive on either end of that slider mechanism or slider window, so he wouldn't go all the way off the card. Now, I didn't cut through, so there is still that cardstock that stops it. But because of the way I did him, he's a little wackadoodle, so he kind of swims everywhere, or swings everywhere. So those are the 2 mistakes I made. And like I said, the first one being that I didn't put the adhesive where it needed to be. So I'm using a piece of tear and tape to adhere the penny. So you're going to want something circle. You can use a circle punch, etc. You just need a circle. Then I added a pop dot in the middle. You want something small that's not going to impede on its movement. And then you add either another penny or a circle again to the bottom, and the bottom circle goes into the window, and he slides back and forth like that. I don't think I showed that, and it's hard to show it because I have to have it like right in my face because I'm so blind, but that's what I had to do. So he had to be slipped in, and then you can see here he's kind of sliding every which way. I initially thought that I was going to put on a sentiment, and then I decided not to because I just felt like I really liked the scene, and I couldn't figure out what I would do. You know what I mean? So here you can see he's kind of floating everywhere. So if I had to do this all over again, the window for the slider would be straight, and I would do his body a little different. So one last thing, I don't know why I didn't do this before we got to the end, but I am bringing in some liquid glue and some Dazzling Diamonds glitter. I did this to our little friend a couple of Fridays ago. He had, was that just last Friday? No. Was it? No. It was a couple of weeks ago. I just added some liquid glue and some Dazzling Diamonds to make it so sparkly, and it was so fun. So yeah, why is this so slow? What are we doing over here? Sorry about that, guys. What in the word? Okay, here we go. I'm editing and doing my voiceover at the exact same time. So I added liquid glue. I had a couple of holes, so I went ahead and filled those in just using my pokey tool. I'm using a coffee filter under him because you can see there I kind of went ahead and took off the excess, and this is what he looks like. As you can see, he's sledding a little drunk, but if you don't make the same, like if you take the steps that I said I messed up on and fix them, it'll be perfect. So that's it. And I don't have a picture to show you. I'm hoping to get pictures later today. But that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today, friends. I really do appreciate you. If any of this from Stamp Anything is in stock, I will have those links listed down below. Those are affiliate links, and I make a small commission if you purchase from them. But other than that, I appreciate you so very much, and I will see you Friday for another video. If you're in the US, I hope you have a very happy Thanksgiving and a safe Black Friday. Okay, bye for now.